Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to read class 7th SST part Geography, chapter number 4 External Processes and Changing Landforms part 2. So, in the previous video, I had explained about the gradation, the factor which led to the changes of the landforms. In that topic, I had explained there is two type of gradation, that is degradation and aggradation, means the increasing of land surface or decreasing of the land surface. Also, the factor which affect the degradation, that is weathering, erosion, deposition. So these are the factors which led to the formation of different landforms. Also, in that video I did explain about the rivers and its courses, and so that is begin with the upper course and comes to the middle course. So in the last video I had explained a lot about the upper course and the middle course. So in this video I will explain you about the lower course of the river. So the first question that I have to ask, have you ever heard the name of flood plain? Means the area that is covered by the flood, that is known as the flood plain. So you might have been read still that you people are belonging to the floodplain areas, because here in our areas the river get flooded because of the rain and excess water. So the whatever the water it is the when the river get flooded, and the deposition and erosion work still done by the rivers during the flood season. So whatever the sediments that is brought by the rivers from the different part of the areas through its travel, or the area it is the area which is traveled by the river, so that sediments get deposited in those areas where the flood occurs. So in that situation, the new soil or the new layer of soil get emerged in those areas. So that's why that area is known as the floodplain. So basically, look at the picture. You can observe that the the river course is different, but after flooding, the river, the size or the area is more that is covered by the river after it get flooded. So though I had explained that whatever the sediment that is brought by the river, it is started depositing on those areas which is covered by the flood. So a new layer it is being formed, and new surface or the new land it is being formed. That is why that area is known as floodplain. And this floodplain is very fertile, though the most flooded area are these they are get affected during the rainy season, but after that rainy season or the before that rainy season, whatever the crops is grown in those areas are very they produces in a very good amount. So the floodplain it is the area which is created or made by the rivers during its lower course. Now the next thing that we have to read about the river is the levee. So levee is what there you can see in the picture. It is a bank that is formed or by the deposited of alluvium left behind by the periodic flooding of the rivers, and it can be artificially constructed bank or the walls. Okay, the levee is what you can see in the picture A. There a greener part is there, and above that a brownish part is there, and that blue is water, you know very well. Okay, now when river flows, you know that river also contains the sediments, and the sediments which contained by river, it get deposited on the bank of the river as well as the bed of the river. Bed of the river means the base of the river. So whatever the sediment it is being brought by the rivers, it is get deposited at the banks of the river. There you can see the brownish part, it is the sediments that is brought by the river. Now the new picture you can see the B part of the picture, There you can see that whatever the sediment it is brought by the river, it get deposited on the both side. And you can also notice the platform is get raised by the previously the picture A. The platform is get raised by the A, and you can also see the bed of the river, means the base of the river is also get raised because of the levee or the sediments. So this formation it is still continuing up to the picture number C also you can see. So this continuity or the raising of the banks of the river and the bed of the river, that is the known as natural levee. Okay, for the protection purpose, that rivers water does not flow out of the river, so we also construct the artificial banks or the walls to river to not to get overflowed during the flood time or the rainy time. So this is the levee, and levee is formed naturally as well as the artificially. Now the next is the mouth of the river. So this is the lower where the rivers it reaches near to the sea, and whatever the remaining loads it get deposited, and this deposition is construct the fan shaped tract of alluvial land. So this is what it is because of the slope is there. Slope means the slopy area is there at the mouth of the river, and here the speed of the river is get slow, as well as it forms the triangular feature during its deposition, and it's the triangular feature is known as delta, because that delta word is a Greek word that resembles the triangle shape. So that is why the delta that is formed by the river at the bank of the at the coast of the oceans or the sea. So whatever it is been formed by the river at the mouth, that is the known as delta, and that delta is in the shape of triangular, that is why it is known as the delta. Okay, there you can see in the picture the delta, you can see the river, the flow of the river, it changes its way of flow, means the river flow get converted into different routes. There you can see in the picture root like structure, the fibrous root like structure it has been formed. So that different flows or the stream that is you can see in the picture, that is known as distributaries, So that distributary is it is formed at the delta, because the deposition, whatever the river it is bought from the middle upper coast and the middle coast, it all the sediments get deposited here. Because of that, the flow of the river get changed, means they sometimes the flow might be broader, or it might be narrower. So the different tract it has been formed in the on the mouth of the river. So that is the delta, and different it is in the shape of triangular. So you know very well the Ganga Brahmaputra delta is the most the biggest largest delta in the world, and it is also very fertile. So this is the delta that is formed at the mouth of the river. So basically in the previous video, if we conclude the rest of the river, the phases of the river, that is from the upper course, there the erosion work only done, and in the middle course the erosion, deposition and transportation work is done, and when it comes to the lower course and near to the mouth, the deposition and transportation work is done. There is no erosion, and at the mouth only deposition. At the mouth the river does do the only deposition, means whatever the left with the river, it all get deposited on the bank of on the coast of the ocean. So there you can see from its upper coast to the mouth, all means it formed the new features, or it formed the new landforms during its deposition and erosion. So that is why we have to read in the read this topic in this chapter. Now, so till now we have studied about the water or the river, means the river, whatever the landform is formed by the rivers, that we have studied now. Now the next thing that we have to read is the glacier. So glacier is what? Glacier is the place where the whole the big ice ice forms. Yeah, we can say that whatever the ice is present in the higher altitude, that is the glacier. Okay, then the glacier is formed by the precipitation, because the like in the higher altitude area, whatever it is precipitate, whatever the rain is there, it is in the form of ice. Okay, so precipitation in the higher altitude usually takes the form of ice, and which modified the landscape slowly over the long period of time. So precipitation, whatever it is there in the higher altitude means in the height, whenever we go from the sea level up to the above the sea level, that we whenever we reach or the highest, it become the precipitation is converted into the ice. Mostly it is in the form of ice. So then the most important thing that we have to read, the place there where the snow is found, the most snow is found, that is known as the snow field, because this area is always been permanent, the ice and snow found over here. Okay, so snowfield is what? The area where the permanent glacier or the permanent ice formed found, basically, that place is known as the snow field. Now I have put one picture for you there in this slide. uh, Glaciers formed at the different altitude of the earth. Okay, there you can see in the picture south pole and the north pole. Okay, there is one thing that I have to explain. At the south pole or at the north pole, the formation of the glacier is started from the sea level. Means wherever the sea level on the north pole and the south pole, from that place the formation of glaciers or the formation of ice started. But when we move towards the equator, first we if we reach to the Arctic Circle or Antarctic Circle in the north and southern hemisphere, so that height get that altitude get increase. Suppose in the polar region, I told you that the glaciers are formed at the sea level, but when you reach to the when you cross the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle, that altitude get increase, means it's about 4 kilometer. Means if you go above the sea level of the 4 kilometer, the formation of glacier is there. If you reaches up to the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, so that again this formation of ice get the height is also get increase, the altitude is get increase approximately 6 or 7 kilometer. But when you reach to the equator, that height becomes 8 kilometer. It means that whenever you are at this equator, and if you want to see the glaciers are to be formed, so it must be above the 8 kilometer from the sea level. It must be above the 8 kilometer above from the sea level, only that it is possible that the formation of the glaciers. So why it is like that? So it is because the shape of the earth. In the polar region, the sun rays fall slantly, and on the equatorial region, the sun rays fall the horizontally. So because of that, the when we go upward to the direction upward from the sea level, so the formation of ice or the glaciers is like at the time when we increase our height, the formation of glacier is there at the highest point. So this thing you will read in the next chapter. When I will explain about the different layers of the earth atmosphere, there you are able to understand how the temperature increases or decreases. Okay, so we have to see what are the things that is formed by the uh, snow or the ice. So first of all, that is the glaciers. So glacier is what? A glacier is a moving mass of ice. It might be you can consider it as a river of ice. Like it is a river of ice. So river is what? It moves. So the glacier also moves, but it is just opposite of the river. River moves somewhere. River moves very fast. Somewhere it moves very slow. But the glaciers move very slow. Sometimes its movements it's about few centimeter to the few meter. So it is its speed is very slow. Sometimes it's move more in a day, and sometimes it does not move. So that is why glaciers is the it is the movement of ice, but not same as the rivers. Now the next that thing is formed in the glacier area or the higher altitude, that is the U-shaped valley. Why U-shaped valley it has been formed? It is because these glaciers uh, when they flow they do not change their shape. When the glaciers flow, they do not change their shape, and when these glaciers started eroding not only the mountain as well as the bed of the mountain. Means the river means the place where it is eroded, they this that also they erode with them. That is why their erosion is more broader than the river. So in the previous video I had explained the valley that is being formed by the river, that is the V shaped valley, but here the glaciers form the U shaped valley because the glacier does not change its shape, it change the shape of the mountains or the where they flow. So they erode the mountains from there and as well as the bed. So that is why the shape of this valley is broader than the shape of valley that is formed by the river. Now the next the it is its sides as well as the bottom and smoother than V-shaped valley. And the glacial mass is heavy and slow moving. Erosional activity is uniform, horizontal as well as vertically. Means that the movement, whatever the erosion activity is done by the glacier, it is horizontally as well as vertically. So that is why it formed as the U-shaped valley. Now the next that is formed in the glaciers or the mountain is the cirque. What is cirque? Cirque is a semicircular steep sided depression formed through the glacial erosion. So there you can see the cirque is what? It's a kind of hole you can imagine. Suppose from any mountain, any particular part of rock is get eroded or it get broke from there. So that the left part means the rock get eroded or that broke, that become split from the main mountain, and the area which is left behind that rock, that is known as cirque. So a cirque is formed at the head of the valley glaciers where the some snow accumulates and it compacted to form the cirque glaciers. So basically this is what the place where which is removed from the place which is left by removing of the different rocks and different rocks, and because of that the cirque is formed, the hole which is left behind the rock. These cirque is known as different names like Cories in Scotland, Quams in Wales, Car in West Austria, Nesh in Sweden. So this this Cories or the cirque is named by the different names. Now, when the cirque is being filled with water, means the gap or the space that is filled with the water, that is known as the Tarn lake or the cirque lake. So this lake, it is formed by the water that is filled in the cirque, that is why it is known as the Tarn lake or the cirque lake. Now, horn is what? It's a pyramidal peak. When in a particular mountain, different cirque is formed, like three side or more than, means more than two sides or three side, different cirque is formed. So that is why the peak become pointed, the peak of mountain become pointed. That is why it is known as horn or the pyramidal peak. So this is the horn or the pyramidal peak, because the different cirque, it is formed in the particular mountain from the three or more than side of the three, that is the horn or the pyramidal peak. So glaciers are there, it is hardly create any depositional feature before they melt, and most of the deposition of the glacier therefore occurs the zone of the melting. Basically it's very less thing that is formed by the glaciers, but there are some of the landforms when it melts and it forms, that we have to read in this topic. The first thing that is formed by the glaciers, that is the moraines. So what is moraine? So the load that is carried by glaciers called moraine, and moraine is a material that is transported by glaciers and then deposited. So whatever the material that is transported by the glaciers and get deposited, that is known as the moraine. So likewise sediment we have studied in the river. So river have the sediments where the silt sand grains are there, and likewise when the glaciers formation is there, so that rock fragment, gravel, sand, it is known as the moraine. Okay. Now next thing it is formed by after the moraine is the till plains or the boulder clay. So that is till plain is what? It is a mixture of sand, silt, clay, some amount of pebbles and large boulders. Pebbles means small stone, large boulders means large stone. So this is also being formed by the glaciers formation. Drumlins. Drumlins is what? It is a inverted boats. You have seen boat, different boat. If you put the boat in inverted, means inverted side or the back side of the boat, it appears like that. So that shape which is formed by the glaciers and means deposition of the glaciers, that is known as drumlins. So it is a smooth or streamlined, oval or elongated mound of small rounded hills found in the till plains called the drumlins. And when glaciers start melting, large quantity of gravels material are deposited in the shape of the inverted boat. So I explained that the inverted boat shape which is been formed, look at the picture, that inverted boat is like it is the drumlin, and that is formed by the glaciers. So this is one of the features that is formed by the glaciers. Now next one is eskers. So esker is also a longitudinal deposit, and it's a kind of linear mound and sand gravel that is in the shape of that is found across the landscape, and its height approximately 60 to 9 meter height or it's not that much wide. It is not that wide, but its height is more, because the deposition, whatever the deposition of glaciers is there in the form of the longitudinal deposit, that is known as the skars. So this is also formed by the glacier activities. Now the next one is kames. So kame is what? It's a small small dune like structure that is formed by the deposition of the moraines at the land in the land surface. So this is also like a hump structure, and it is also formed by the glacier. uh, Now, plains is what? When the glacier melt, the melt water accumulate near the terminal moraines. Okay, whatever the when the glaciers melt, and whatever the moraine they are having with them, the moraine get deposited near to the foot of the mountain, that is the outwash plain. So it also deposited the moraine, and it also transport the moraine when the glacier get melted, and it covered the larger area than the other landform that is created by the glaciers. So these are the things that it is been formed by the glaciers activities. The next thing that is we have to read is that uh, the iceberg. So iceberg is what? Sometimes it happens like when the glaciers they move, they started moving from the mountains, and it does not melt. It does not melt, and in the form of ice, it comes to the ocean. It does not melt, and it started floating. So icebergs is not small in the size, it is huge in the size. It's like a size of a small country. So they are bigger, they are so big, they can be the size of the small countries. So the iceberg is what? They are um, the glaciers which do not melt during the whole procedure that we have read in the previous topic, that it does not melt, and from the mountain it reaches in the ocean, and still that is not get melt and move, that is the icebergs. The next that is formed by the glacier, that is a frozet. So frozet is a next form that is formed by the glacier. So it is uh, the glaciers which is does not move, does not melt, and they started eroding the sides of the mountains. Okay, so they move when they are about to reach the ocean or the seas, they started eroding the mountains which comes in the path of the glaciers. So that glaciers form the uh, that glacier from the frost, and this is this happens because of the high altitude region where the snow line reaches the sea level, and some cases it joined the sea directly and eroded the coastal part of the sea. Thus the erosion in the coastal area continues below the sea level. So basically the frozet is what? It's a kind of a valley that is formed because of the icebergs or the glaciers that is does not melt, and it eroded the mountains, and it formed the frozet. That's it in this video we have to discuss, and in the next video we will discuss about the wind landform as well as the marine landform. Means what are the landform that is formed by the wind and the marine, that we have to discuss in that video. In this you have to do the homework, is that you have to find out the biggest delta in the world, largest delta in the world, and you have to paste and you have to show it on the map of the India. Thank you.